Hi guys, today's video is all about my visit to Flam, which is a small place situated in Norway between the fjords, and I went there to do hiking between Flam and Myrdal, which is a train station situated at 866 meters above the sea level. In contrary, Flam is situated 20 meters above sea level, and the whole route was 22 kilometers. My adventure started at Oslo Central Station, and I took the train that goes to Bergen, but also stops at Myrdal Station, so it took me 4 hours 35 minutes to reach there. And from there on I was reaching Flam. I can only describe the train ride as perfect, as we started passing some places next to Oslo. As we were moving forward, you can see that the landscape was changing towards pine tree forests and more snow covering them, which was super nice to see. It was really nice to see all these houses far away from Oslo in these small places and people still living here. The landscape was turning more and more white as we were passing into the mountains. I can tell you that the reason why I did this trip was to feel the winter again, because in Croatia, from where I come from, everything changed in the last 10 or 15 years. The climate changed dramatically and the temperatures went up. So in the winter we don't see the snow, or we see it only 1 or 2 days in these 3 months. So it's very bad, and I wanted to feel the cold temperatures, I wanted to see the snow, I wanted to feel the snow, smell it again, and this was the best opportunity for me to feel it again. I really liked how the environment was changing on the way, because you could have seen houses, roads, forests, water, mountains, so everything. I was especially enjoying as we were driving next to some river, I don't know the name, but it was giving a special contrast in this winter environment, and it had its own power. With every kilometer that we passed, you could see that the winter was dominating outside, and it was minus 10 degrees, and the hills were becoming bigger and bigger, and all the water outside was mostly frozen. Just look at this beauty. You can only see snow, and you know that it's very cold outside. It reminds you on the far north that you see in the movies or on the internet or anywhere else, but it's real. You can feel it. You are sitting in a warm train and you are looking at that sight outside, and it's real. The train was pretty fast, and at some point we entered a zone where the snowfall was pretty harsh, so my focus went from making videos to just enjoying the view, because like I said, I really missed the snowfall. One of the stations that I especially remember was Galo, where it was pounding snow like hell. So I took some videos and pictures and I had to send them to my friends in Croatia because I knew that they haven't seen snow for a while. The view that I especially liked were these houses in the middle of nowhere. Imagine that you can spend 2 or 3 days there. I don't know if you could spend like 7 or 10 days in the middle of nowhere, but for sure 1 weekend would be a perfect timing. As we were going up more and more towards the Finse train station, which is located at 1222 meters above the sea level, we could have still enjoyed the view over these houses situated in the mountains, and the snow was still pounding more and more, and the visibility was very poor. Even as there was nothing special to be seen there, I was really enjoying the view, especially when I saw some river or some lake. As we crossed the Finse train station, which was the peak of our journey, we entered a tunnel, and that tunnel was pretty long. As soon as we came out, the weather conditions changed. You can see the visibility was much better. We didn't have snowfall like at Finse train station, and I was sure that now we are approaching the Myrdal train station, which was, like I said, at 866 meters above sea level. And finally, at some point, we reached Myrdal train station. Just look at this beauty, situated high in the hills, surrounded by the tops, everything covered in snow. It was pretty cold at that point, but I didn't mind because the view was just precious. There were a couple of houses situated there, but the only thing that was dominating there was the train station. As you can see, the train station Myrdal is pretty simple. So basically it has 2 tracks that are being used. One is track 11 that goes to Flam and is being used by Flamsbana Railway. And on the other hand, there is track 1 that is being used to travel either to Oslo Central Station or to Bergen as your destination. So if you were wondering how the train station Myrdal looks like from inside, let me show you, because I spent there 1 hour waiting for the train to Flam. It's very cozy place, I can tell you. It's very warm compared to outside where you can have -10, for example. It's always more than 20 degrees inside. And the only problem is that all the places inside are closed, like souvenir shop or coffee shop. Everything is closed outside of the season, and I guess the winter is not the season. But at least the toilets are working, and you will find multiple chargers for your cell phones or anything else that you need to charge. Finally, without any delay, my Flam train arrived and I was ready to drive and enjoy the view towards Flam, my final destination. I can tell you that I have read multiple reviews about this Flamsbana, and everybody was saying that this is one of the best experiences that you can have driving in a train, that the landscape is surreal and that you will have experience of your life if you take this ride. And I can guarantee you everything is true. Guys, I was astonished by the landscape. Although it was already late in the evening, the sunset was already here, I really enjoyed every second sitting in that train that takes 50 minutes to reach Flam. It was just astonishing. Really, you have to experience that. After finally arriving to Flam, I was so consumed by the beauty of this place that I completely forgot to make videos. So I made only photos and I will use them in this video. And now look at my view at 8:25 in the morning. So I haven't seen the sun. It was still a little bit dark, but just look at these fjords from all sides that are surrounding this small beautiful place. And it was so quiet, it was so cold, I felt like literally in heaven. This was the best place to make selfies in the morning, and I enjoyed breakfast as well. After the breakfast, I went back into my room, and that was the view that was waiting for me. Just look at it, surrounded by fjords, cold outside and cozy inside. At that point, I was thinking, I never want to leave this place. Finally, around 10:30 a.m., I decided that I should start walking towards Myrdal train station, which is 22 kilometers away from here, and I calculated to have enough time to reach there with taking photos and making videos and enjoying the time, just staying there in the middle of nowhere and enjoying the view wherever I want, whenever I want. I stopped numerous times just to enjoy the view from all sides. This is the church in Flam. Next to it directly is a graveyard and a very nice log cabin. Sometimes you can be lucky and catch Flamsbana train passing by like I did. And of course, everywhere I was surrounded with snow, ice, waterfalls, which was pretty cool. Just look at this view. It's a combination of ice, snow, house, and the fjords with a waterfall. And here again I had luck to see the Flamsbana train. From time to time I had to check my pace to be on time, and here I was at 10.3 kilometers, so 10 kilometers left. Just look at this view whenever I had to turn back. It was superb. Actually, this tunnel was the most dangerous part of the trail because it was covered with ice and my flashlight on the phone was not working that great in these dark conditions, so I had to be very careful when I was passing it. And finally, as they say that you see the light at the end of the tunnel, after just passing a couple of hundreds of meters more, I saw my train station far away, but it was just 1 hour of walking away. In the meantime, I was just enjoying this exceptional landscape. Almost at the end of this trail, there is this ranch that also connects with a zip line at the hill next by, and this is usually open during the season, and winter is not the season. You can enjoy the last flat part before the steep climb, next to the river, just listening to the water flowing down to the Flam valley. These last 2 or 3 kilometers are the worst because it's steep, it's slippery, especially when it's snow, so you consume a lot of energy compared to anything before when you were walking on the flat valley. And of course, here is the direction to visit the zip line, and from there you can also have an awesome view when the season is open. As I was going up, I was just thinking how hard this last part was, but every time I had to stop, I just turned my head around and I saw this beautiful view behind me. The last meters going up were just priceless. I was thinking all the time what kind of experience I collected here, what kind of memories will be always in my head for the rest of my life. It was just incredible. In the end, it took me a little bit more than 5 hours, which was much faster than I anticipated, and I did almost 22 kilometers in these winter conditions, so it was perfect. But the memories that I'm taking home, they are priceless. Not the time, not the kilometers.